dreams, left the sunshine behind. Now Arkansas calls, where the land's untamed and wild. Gary, Mary, Miller, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace.
All right, y'all, look at this. We found a moccasin right up here by the house. And I've got him pinned down right now. So you can see him right there. He's not happy.
No, he isn't. I see his face. I'm trying to get his face.
He's up underneath there. All right, well, we got him. And he was sure trying to get me. He was right here, right outside the door, y'all. Right there when I first found him. I had a black case sitting up here, and I went to move the case, and he popped his head out of there and bowed up at me, and I wasn't sure it was him what it was right at first, because then he bolted and got underneath and got in this pipe, but I couldn't tell what he was. Then he come over here and got underneath this. So, you know, he was coming at me, and there was definitely a moccasin. You could see the stripes on him at that point, and the white mouth and the whole 9 yards. So I'm glad we got him before he got us. But that's still, all this rain is crazy. He was right up here by the front door like that. So needless to say, I will be getting rid of that black case and the wood stove. So this is our old AC. We're got it out, and we're going to be moving the wood stove and the furnace for the camper. I'm going to be moving it out there towards the shop, because I am going to be using some of the parts at some point off of those to build me a heater for the shop out there for this winter. So I've got some heat out there. But yeah, that was kind of crazy to find him that close to the door. I mean, I could have easily, one of us could have easily stepped out the door and been hit by that. You know, I mean, granted, it's water and they're just looking for groceries, but yeah, you don't look for groceries at my house, in my house, or near my door anyway. That ain't gonna happen. You go find your groceries elsewhere. So anyway, we got rid of him. I don't know why he was trying to even up here, but I don't see, there's nothing up here other than maybe a lizard, but that's about it. But yeah, anyway, we're good to go, and let's get on to our next project. Here on the end, I think the other end might too, come to think of it.
Yeah, it does. All you gotta do is lift it up a little bit, or it's gonna be much.
Well, I gotta get it up high enough to be able to get to that valve.
Well, I think the valve is on, is the valve on that side?
Should be right in the middle.
All right, which side do you start on?
I'm gonna start on this side.
Here.
You can grab it, set it down right there. You grab the camera and come over here.
That one? Yeah, yeah. Stop it.
All right, y'all. Well, got to get my air leak fixed. I think it's my drain valve on the bottom here. I think it's either open or it broke off. So Mary and I and Miley are gonna help me get this thing lifted up so we can get to the valve and see if we can't figure out what's going on with it. So right now we're gonna put some blocks on it underneath it right here, and see if we can't help get that up. So let's see what we got going on here. All right.
No, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm trying. Okay, it's halfway on there.
Okay, hang on.
You're good though. I mean, it's.
Can you see that valve underneath it?
I cannot.
So I can lift the other end.
It's on the other end then. Wait a minute.
I can lift it up.
Yeah, because it should be right here, wouldn't it?
I think it's right in the middle.
I thought it was right here, if I remember correctly. No, it's on the other, definitely on the other side though.
All right, well let's, all right, I'm gonna go to the other side because I don't care if it leans up against the building for right now.
It's definitely on the other side. You don't see on nothing on that side. Okay, this one's gonna be difficult. So we're gonna go with this one?
Yep.
All right, pick her up. Let's try. Can we get her? This one's side's heavier.
All right, Molly, might just have to set the camera down right there. And then Mom and I are gonna lift it up, and you're gonna slide the block underneath it.
You see the block is gonna be right, you need to put it at least on that one right under that one right there.
In the corner?
Well, or you wanna go this way?
Yeah, go that way.
Go, try to go this way, Miley. Okay?
Okay.
Under that. Okay? Hold up. You gotta kind of sit, you kind of gotta sit right there.
You're probably gonna have to be right there.
Oh, do you think I gotta be right
You're
there?
gonna have to be right there so you can grab this.
Miley, then you move that way. I'm gonna try.
That's all we can do.
No. You get it, Miley?
I got
good?
it.
As best as we can get it right now.
Why do I think you want it?
Yeah, I thought that valve was right there.
Nope.
On the side. Here. This side right here, Gary.
Oh, it's right underneath the block.
Exactly. See, I knew where it was.
All right, so that means this
has to be in the middle.
this is gonna have to be slid back. So we're gonna lift it up again. Miley, you're gonna move the block. Listen.
Yeah.
You're gonna move the block over this way and back this way.
Okay. And
Let's see. Hold on, you guys. Let's see if we can get this. There we go. Hold on.
All right, ready?
Ready? Nope. Get it further.
Back.
Come on, Miley.
Back.
I got it back.
No, back.
Back further.
I don't care about the legs.
Okay, I got it back as I can.
Okay.
Come on. Yep, right there's what it was. Broke that dog right off of there.
Oh, it did that long over at Drew's.
All right. Now the fun part, trying to get it out. See, it broke off of there, so now I gotta get this part dug out of there somehow. So, all right, let's see what we can do. All right, see you in short. All right, y'all. Well, fortunately, it had an adapter plug in the bottom of it, real big one. So now I just got to get that part out of there, and I can get the rest of it out and put another 1/2-inch fitting in it, and then I can put my drain valve on there. So let me see what I can find. All right, well, couldn't find another cutoff valve, and I had to go from 1 inch to 3/4. Well, didn't have none of that stuff around either. So I did have a little piece of PEX, little short piece of PEX that I had a cap for it, and it just happened to have a 3/4 fitting on it. So I was lucky, and I happened to have a cap. So we put it all together. Granted, it's not gonna drain right now, but you know what? It's on there, and it's plugging the hole so the compressor will build up. So let's try that now. You know, folks, it's always, when you're doing this kind of stuff, it's always about finding creative ways to make things happen. You know, it doesn't all have to be perfect all the time. You know, granted, yeah, I would love to have a valve on there that I could drain it like the right way and all that, but it doesn't have to be that way. When you need it, you got to figure out ways to make it happen. Hence Junktojems, that's how it got started. So anyway, that's what we got going on. So we're gonna watch this thing build up, and we'll be right back. All right, well, it looks like I'm just gonna have to replumb this whole thing. I got a leak right there. Looks like my fitting is about to break. So probably best if I just replumb it. I mean, after all, this thing has taken a beating, you know, with the move and all that stuff and being bounced around coming up here, and then, you know, no way to pick it up and move it with machines before, so it was all about, you know, having to try our best not to break it anyway. You know, this thing has been on here for about 4 or 5 years now. So far it's done really well. So I think this trip here, this next time, I'm going to do it with 1/2-inch pecs and some fittings, and I think that might be better. And then I'll put a 3-way up here off of this valve, which I do happen to have over here. What did I do with it? And yes, I'm going to be working on tightening the shop up today. But I have a 3-way right here that I'm going to put on there. So I'll just do that. And this way I'll have 3 outlets right there. And then eventually I will take and run a few outlets out and around inside the shop, like over there on my benches and stuff like that, like a couple of air outlets over there, you know, with just with them small little flexible air lines just for blowing stuff off and stuff like that. And also this way I can have the compressor. I can go get my other compressor to maintain these tanks, because I am not going to need this bigger one full time like that. So, you know, not with this much volume of air. And the bigger one is nice for right now when you need that right then, but like airing up the backhoe tire and stuff like that, you need that lots of volume in that air tank, you know. And that helps, that makes it go real fast, and that way the compressor doesn't run near as hard and near as long. So anyway, I'll be back with that and we'll see what we can round up. All right, so the humidity's up pretty high today, y'all. It was 99% a little while ago, which is, you know, kind of what we're used to in Florida. But yeah, I don't have a shirt on, but it's cooking hot. So anyway, we did get some rain, and we got a pretty hard rain. I don't know if you can see all the water and everything everywhere, but that's probably why the Moccasin is right up here close to the house. I mean, the pond was real low, like it was getting down there so far that it was probably 1.5 feet off the bank. And I say, well, I say 1.5 feet. I say 1.5 feet lower than what it is now, if that gives you any indication how much rain we got just in a short period of time, because that, like, it woke me up in the middle of the night. It was raining that hard. But it did wash off a lot of cool rocks out here, so we can get to picking them up and get ready to start working on our little water feature over here some more. And look, it washed a whole bunch of them off, so now we know where they're at. But it looks like I got to get out here and fire the pump up to help get that drain down a little bit. But we'll see. Right now I'm trying to get my air going and get the shop tightened up, because man, I didn't put that top back on right away, because we weren't supposed to get any rain. So I didn't put that cover back on where we hooked up that internet, and it flooded the inside of the shop. Like, it was like 5-6 inches of water in there. So anyway, let me get going with that and I'll bring you back. All right, well, I got lucky and happened to find some threaded PEX fittings. So this one right here is where it was broke. So I'm gonna just tie these into here, and like that, put some thread tape on them, tie them into there. I got to take this one off and get that another piece out of there, and then I'm just gonna put a piece of PEX with 2 90s on it and have it come out there and just put a T right in the middle of it, and there we go. Two tanks are connected, and that's really all they have to do, is just be connected, because I can hook up my outputs right there, and I can put or right here actually, and I can put have a cutoff valve for it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'll be back. I'll tell you sometime. I know what I'm talking about.
Mary Mary, we're carving out of space, building a homestead at our own pace. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the four-wheelers we're fixing to tiny house dreams, every day's a challenge, but it's sweeter than it seems. Downsizing our life, but living more free. Come along, share this life with me. Welcome to Junktojems, where the work never ends. Off-grid living with our family and friends. We got houseboats to build and tractors to mend. Join the journey, let the adventure begin. From the live chats, we'll tell you what's new. Share our progress and projects with you.
All right, well, this one didn't want to come out. So as you can see there, I've been trying everything I could, and I must have glued it in there or something, who knows. You know, use what you got sometimes, that's what it is. So I'm gonna go in here and see if I can't find a fitting on Amazon and get it ordered and get it coming to make this work, because this does go from 1 inch to 1/2 inch. So let me run in here and see what I can find out, and I'll be back. And once again, y'all, there it comes. Slows down another day of progress. That's just par for the course. So it was just sunny, and I just walked in here to check on the fittings, and all of a sudden it started thundering, and within 5 minutes just come a downpouring again. So you can still hear it thundering out here, but yeah, instant wet. But at least everything's flowing like it should. I mean, for the most part anyway. You know, I just taken some stuff out of some boxes right there and was fixing to take that all out and take all this stuff right here to the shop. And then this. So now I gotta trample through the mud for a minute and go out here. Make sure I don't have any tools sitting out there, because I was out here working in the sun. Hence the reason no shirt. And so now that it's not pouring so hard, but you can see everything's running pretty good right through here. I still got a few more things I got to work on, but for the most part, as long as I can keep it from flooding, that's my main thing, is getting the shop to stopping the shop from flooding. So just got the 2 little tools I got to pick up real quick, and the rest of it, they're just brass fittings. They're going to sit out there in the rain anyway, so I'm not stressing that. And thank God for this carport, because it does keep everything pretty dry in here. I mean, for the most part, as long as it ain't, downpouring and coming sideways, you know what I mean? So that's really all I worry about. Let me cut me a little ditch right here to help this drain. Kind of high ground for everything. So this is the reason why the shop flooded, is I didn't have this all pulled over far enough, and it just filled up right there and just flooded it. But I got to get this unstrapped right there and pulled back into the shop, so it'll stay out there and keep that dry. I am eventually going to be putting something up across that little hole right there though, so that it all stays outside anyway. But man, well, it looks like I'm sitting in the shop for a few minutes until it quits, because now it's really coming down again. So that's all right. It's nice and cool out here now in the shop. which is pretty sweet. You know, got my squirrel cage fan set up right there. I don't know if you can see it in the dark. We can go over here and put the light on though. So I've definitely got to get this door covered. There's the water, you see the water just creeping in underneath my board there and filling in right here. So that'll be something I'll be doing next, is digging all that out. I won't say next, but not technically next, but digging all that out and building me something there. But you know how it is, a little at a time, y'all. I just keep tinkering along, keep pushing, and eventually I'll get there. So let me get some of this stuff off the floor so we don't flood again. Just in case we do flood again, I don't have to worry about it. So, all right, I'll be back. All right, well, it finally decided to stop raining. And look, things are pretty much drying up pretty fast, so. You can bet every time I walk out the door now, I look right here along this wall. Just to be safe, right? Oh man. And I've been out here tinkering with Jeff's machine a little bit. You know, I don't want to move it over to the shop yet until this dries out good. It got rain the other night and then again today, so you know, and after doing all that washing on it, I don't want to take it and run it over there to the shop through all that mud again, you know. That was the whole point of washing it, so I didn't have to work on all the mud around it, you know what I mean? I'm trying to keep it clean. So as soon as it dries up again where I can get it over there, then I will be working on that, which will probably be hopefully tomorrow. I mean, the 4th of July is coming up, but I don't care, you know. It's a Independence Day, yeah, and for veterans it's kind of a special day, you know. We are lucky enough to have 3 good holidays a year, and in my case I get 4 because it's happens to be my birthday on Labor Day. So you know, what a bonus. But that's all right. So we are getting there slowly but surely, y'all. Hopefully this will dry out real fast. At least it's cool. It's not cooking hot right now, so that's making it a big difference. And we'll just keep going. But you know, I want to thank y'all every day for watching us and hanging out with us every day, and just, you know, seeing how our life is, you know, seeing what we go through on a daily basis to make a homestead. And sometimes it's not glamorous, sometimes it's downright boring, and I get it, you know. But I appreciate y'all every day for hanging out with us and watching our videos. That keeps us going and keeps us motivated to keep going. You know, a lot of people have said we're some of the hardest working people on the, you know, around, but you know, I say we're just doing our own thing and just, you know, making our life happen. And I appreciate y'all very much. You just don't have no idea how much I do appreciate y'all very much. And like I said, we'll keep going, keep kicking. I see the sun's trying to peek over there over the mountain, so hopefully it won't be too bloody hot, but hey, you never know. For Jonesy down there freezing your tail off, brother, I get it. I get it. But you know, that's the joke between you and I, man. I get to tease you about freezing in the summer, and you get to tease me about freezing or about sweating in the winter. So anyway, man, y'all, I will see y'all soon. Again, thanks again for watching, and we love you. We'll see y'all soon.